Hello children, welcome to my YouTube channel Math with Jeeva. Today onwards you are going to start a new journey with me to follow your math textbook, that is STP Mathematics 2A. Already you have followed STP Mathematics 1A book and you know how to follow this book, because for each and every concepts they have given examples clearly, so you can refer the example and learn the concepts, then you can practice the sum. So I'll be there throughout your academic year to help you, guide you to follow this textbook. So be prepared with this textbook and a separate exercise book and with your stationaries, right? So we'll move to chapter 1. It's working with numbers, right? And throughout this chapter we are going to learn about basic mathematical concepts and mathematical operations which help you to follow this book and the theories easily, right? So the first unit, it is working with numbers. Under that main topic unit you have about indices, right? About the first thing we want to learn about positive indices. Children, first of all tell me, when you see this, right, 2 to the power 3, so how we explain this? 2 to the power 3. So if I ask what is the value of this, tell me the value of this 2 times 3. Is it right? No, that's wrong, right? So that is wrong. What does this mean, children? And what is this? So this is the index form. What is this? That is the base and this is index, right? In your textbook they have talked about positive indices, index, plural is indices. So we are going to learn about positive indices. First of all, you want to know about the base and index and what does that mean. So 2 to the power 3, it is not 2 times 3, so it is wrong. So if so, what does that mean? It means how many, this 3 or as the index value tells you how many times you want to multiply the base. How many times you want to multiply the base. So what does that mean, children? Base is 2, index is 3. This 3 tells you to multiply the base value 2 3 times. It's like this: 2 times 2 times 2. Hope you can understand this. So 2 to the power 3, 2 is the base, 3 is the index. What this index value tells you to multiply the given base that particular number of times. Here 3, so you want to multiply 3 times. What you are going to multiply 3 times? The base value 2. Right? Okay. So tell me, what does this mean? Five times 2, is it 5 times 2? So 5 to the power 2, is that mean 5 times 2? No, wrong. What does this mean? The base value is 5, the index value is 2. The index 2 tells me to multiply the base 5 2 times. How can I write it? 5 times 5. Right? So the answer is 25. Hope you have an idea about this. So when you have this index form, this is the base, this is the index. This index tells us to multiply the given base how many times, right? Here number 2 tells you to multiply the base value 5 2 times, right? Now look at this. 2 to the power 1. What does this mean, children? Now, if it is 2 to the power 2, that means 2 times 2. If it is 2 to the power 3, that means 2 times 2 times 2. If it is 2 to the power 1, what does that mean? So you multiply. So according to the definition I gave you, so it is 1 times. If it is 2, you want to multiply the base value 2 times. If it is 3, you want to multiply the base value 3 times. If it is 4, you want to multiply the base value 4 times. But here 1 times, 2 times 1. So that means 1 times. Answer is 2, children. Right? Then 3 to the power 1, it is 3. 4 to the power 1, it is 4. 7 to the power 1, it is 7. 25 to the power 1, answer is 25. X to the power 1, answer is x. Now, what does that mean? What is the theory we can learn from this? So if you have like this in index form, right, and your index value is number 1, what will be the answer? Answer will be similar to the base value. Got it? So 2 to the power 1, value is 2. 3 to the power 1, value is 3. 4 to the power 1, it is 4. 7 to the power 1, it is 7. 25 to the power 1, answer is 25. X to the power 1, A to the power 1, P to the power 1. So whatever the value, base value, if the index is 1, the answer will be the same base value. Got it? Right. So P to the power 1, answer is P. Then let's say Y to the power 1, answer is Y. So if the index is 1, answer will be similar to the base value. Look at the board carefully, try to understand that. So the index tells us how many times we want to multiply the base value, right? According to that, if it is 2 to the power 5, that means we want to multiply 2 5 times, right? If it is 2 to the power 8, that means we want to multiply 2 10 times, 2 times, 2 times, 2 times. Likewise, we want to multiply it by 8 times, or whatever the index value, we want to multiply the given base value according to the number of times according to the index value. But if the index value is number 1, answer will be equal to the base value. Right. Then we'll move to another example. Now you know 2 to the power 1 is 2, right? 2 to the power 2 is 2 times 2, it is 4. 2 to the power 3 is 2 times 2 times 2, it is 8. So that is how we saw. According to the index, you multiply. Here index is 2, so you multiply 2 times. Index is 3, so you multiply it 3 times. But if it is 0, the value is 1, children. 2 to the power 0, value is 1. 3 to the power 0, value is 1. 4 to the power 0, value is 1. 7 to the power 0, value 1. 25 to the times 0, this is not the degree value, right? Here, so I'll write it in big font, right? So this is not the degree we use in our geometry lesson. No, so this is 3 to the power 0, 20 the power 25 to the power 0, x to the power 0, p to the power 0, y to the power 0, that power 0, right? That means that if the index is 0, answer will be number 1, whatever the base value you have, right? Earlier what happened? If the index is number 1, what will be the answer? Answer will be equal to the base value. If the index is 0, whatever the base value, answer will be 1. Okay, right. having this knowledge, we'll move to the examples you have in your textbook. Right, children, 3.6 times 10 to the power 2. Now you want to find the value of this. How can you find? Tell me. So first of all, you want to solve this part, this index part. How can you do that? 10 to the power 2 means what is, children? 10 to the power 2, the base is 10, right? Base is 10 and the index is 2, right? Index is 2. Then that means you want to multiply 10 2 times, right? Because this index tells us to multiply 2 times the base value 10. So how do you write this? 3.6. So instead 10 to the power 2, I can write 10 times 10, right? 10 times 10, what is the answer, children? 3.6 times 100. To solve this step, you want to use your knowledge which you gain from STP Mathematics 1A book. Can you remember with the decimal lesson, you learn a decimal number multiply by 10, 100, 1000, what happened, children? So you want to move the decimal point to which side when it is multiplication. You want to move the decimal point to this side according to the number of zeros. You want to jump, right? How many steps? So it is decided by the number of zeros you have. Here it is 100, that means 2 zeros. That means you want to move the decimal point 2 steps to this side, right? To this side if it is a multiplication, right? Okay, then you move 1, 2. Now what happened? So now the decimal point is here. So look at the steps I am following, children, right? Earlier it was here. With this multiplication I had to move the decimal point to this side. How many steps I went? I went 2 steps. Now the decimal point is here. But the answer you can write as 360. Okay, right, 360.1, 360.0, the answer is 360. So it's better to show this. It is not compulsory actually, but it's better to show this because you are showing what you did, right? Rather taking 360 at once, right? So it's better to practice with the correct method, because what we did, children, here, when we are multiplying by 100 a decimal number, we are moving the decimal point according to the number of zeros you have, right? So we'll move to another example. Look at this. Now what happened? 10 to the power 1. 10 to the power 1, right? So what does that mean? If the index value is 1 and I ask you, the answer will be the same base value, right? So 10 to the power 1, answer is 10. You write 6.978 multiplied by 10. Okay. So again the same decimal knowledge. You are multiplying a decimal number by 10 according to the number of zeros. You want to move the decimal point to this side if it is a multiplication, right? Now here 1 0, right? Then the answer should be, you want to move 1 0. So you want to move only one step. The answer should be 69.78. Okay? Right. We'll do another example. Now what happened, children? 3.82 multiplied by 10 to the power 3 means you want to multiply 10 to the power 3 means you want to multiply 10 3 times. 10 times 10 times 10. Answer is 1000, right? You can have this in your working column. No need to show it here in the sum itself. You can do it in your working column, right? So it is 1000. Now again the same decimal calculation. You multiply a decimal number by 1000. Then what you want to do, it's a multiplication. You want to move the decimal point to this side. How many steps you want to go? You want to go 3 steps because here there are 3 zeros. Now what happened? 1, 2, 3. We want to go another step. It's like this, right? Earlier it was here, right? 1, 2, 3 you have come. Yes, but the final answer you can write 3,820, right? So it doesn't matter if you keep the answer like this, it doesn't matter, it is not wrong. Straight away you can take 3,820, but it's better to show this step because you are practicing with the correct steps. So straight away when you are going to have the answer sometimes in the examination with the examination stress, you are going to have the wrong answer, children. But if you know when you are multiplying a decimal number by 10, 100 and 1000 according to your lower grades knowledge, you know you want to, if it is a multiplication, you want to move to this side the decimal point. If it is a division, you want to go to this side with the decimal point. But how many steps you want to go will be decided by the number of zeros, right? Now I am going to move to a new part. Children, look at this. 2 to the power 3 times 2 to the power 3, let's say, right? What does this mean? 2 to the power 3. So if it is 2 times 2, easily you can multiply. But here it is 2 to the power 3 multiplied by 2 to the power 3. Now what you want to do, first of all you want to find this value. How can you find the value, children? 2 to the power 3, it is 2 times 2 times 2, right? Then here how can you find 2 times 2 times 2? Then this is also a multiplication. Now how can I write the final answer? 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. What does that mean? 2 to the power 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 to the power 6. Right? Now I am going to show you in the examination. Let's say if it is 2 to the power 8, you have to write 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times likewise 8 times, right? If it is 2 to the time 10, 11, you have to do it many times, but in the examination we cannot do that because we cannot waste our time. So we have to have an easy method to do this. If the bases are equal, if it is a multiplication, what you want to do, children, you write the base value as it is, right? And within bracket 3 plus 3, answer is 2 to the power 6. Understand? So this is how you want to add. So these indices, in the numbers written in index form, the number which has written in index form, you have multiplied. So you can do it as earlier, but it's time consuming. So what is the easiest way you can do this? As they are having the same base value, you can add the index values, the indices. You can add indices together to get the answer 2 to the power 6. Now tell me, if it is, let's say, 3 to the power 5 times 3 to the power 3. Now what you want to do? Are you going to multiply 3 5 times and 3 3 times and you get the answer? No. It's not the way. What's the easiest method I ask you to do? If the bases are same, right? If the bases are same, what you are supposed to do, children, you write 3 as it is, or the base as it is, within brackets, you add these indices 5 plus 3, answer is 3 to the power 8. Hope you can understand this concept, right? So I'll give you another example. So far we dealt with the numbers. Let's say if it is like this, a to the power 5 and a to the power 3, again the same value, right? So you write the base as it is, and within bracket, so you show the index addition 5 plus 3, answer should be a to the power 8, right? If the bases are equal, right? There we have numbers which are written in index form. Now you want to multiply them. You can multiply like earlier, but it's time consuming. What is the easiest method you can do? If the bases are same, you take that base and here you add those indices, getting the answer, right? Okay, so if it is like this, r to the power 2 times r to the power 7. What you want to do, children? So the base value is equal r, here 2 plus 7, it is r to the power 9. So that is the final answer. Okay, right. I want to tell you something, because in the examination sometimes it will be a confusion for you. Let's say 2 to the power 3 times 2 to the power 2. So you want to find the answer, right? How do you find the answer, children? 2 to the 2, 3 plus 2, answer is 2 to the power 5. Here this answer is in index form. So you may come across this word in your examination, especially in the monthly test and semester examination. They will give you 2 to the power 3 multiplied by 2 to the power 2, and question will be find the answer in index form. This is how you show the answer in index form. But in any case, if they have given to find the value of this, right, and if you have kept the answer like this, you are not having the full marks. Because why? Earlier question was, try to understand this carefully, children. Earlier it was find the value in index form, right, or else to find the answer in index form. So this is the answer in index form. But by any chance, if the question itself explain, find the value, right, find the value, then you can't keep like this. You want to move to another steps, 2 times, 2 times, 2 times, yes, 5 times you multiply, 2 times 2, 4, 4 times 2, 8, 8 times 2, 16, 16 times 2, 32. This is the answer in value, right? So this is the value. So if they have asked you to find the answer, or else to find the value in index form, this is the answer, right? In index form. If they ask you to find the value only, they have not mentioned whether it is in index form or not, then it's better to go for this step, because they are asking the value. Understand? Right? So 2 to the power 5 is the answer or the value in index form. Right? Specifically they will mention you want to find the answer, find the value in index form. If so, you want to do only up to this. But In the question itself, they have mentioned find the value. That's it. They have not mentioned whether it is in index form or not. It's better to go for this step because they are asking the value, not in index form. But if it is like this, children, this is p to the power 3 and p to the power 2. Now what you want to do, the same base, p, 3 plus 2, it is 5. Now, this is the answer. If they ask you to find the value in index form, yes, it is p to the power 5, right? Find the answer in index form. Find the value in index form, like earlier, it is p to the power 5. But by any chance, if they have mentioned find the value, they have not specified whether it is in index form or not. Still, this is the answer you can have. Why is that? Because we don't know the value of p. Can you understand? So in this scenario, whether they have mentioned find the value in index form or else they have given find the value, whatever the question type, you can keep the answer like this because you cannot simplify this further and find the value because we don't know the value of p, right? Hope you understood the theory part well. Okay, then what you want to do at home, you want to watch the video carefully, right? Go through your textbook and I'll give you a homework because with the next video I am planning to discuss those homework questions. You can maintain a separate exercise book for this video series, right? With the video by video I'll explain from the beginning each and every concept. So go through the video again and go through the textbook and you can practice these sums. It's page 2, right? Page 2. Exercise, first I'll do page 1. Page 1, exercise 1A, question 21 and question 22, right? Page number 1, exercise 1A, question number 21 and 22, right? Then page number 2, exercise 1B, you want to do question number 9 and question number 10, right? You can practice those 4 questions, page 1, exercise 1A, question number 21 and 22, and page 2, exercise 1B, question number 9 and 10. So with the next video, I'll come back to you with the answers, right? So hope you understood the way I am planning to do this video series. Try to get the maximum benefit out of this because if you follow this video series, you want to go out for extra tuition because whatever the additional support, you can have it with this video series, right? Okay, see you children.